Hello, my name is Beata. In this episode, I'm going to tell you about card significators. So, we are going to look at which cards signify you in a spread and how to pick them, and which cards signify other people. There are two different approaches to this. One of them is just to look at the decan wheel and then pick the card that corresponds to the date of birth. So, for example, for me, I was born on the 16th of May, and the card that corresponds to that date is the Prince of Discs. So that would be my significator card according to this system. Now, there is a significant problem with this approach, and you probably already know what it is. In this system, we are excluding all of the princesses because they don't have decans assigned to them. We are also excluding all of the cards from major arcana. And of course, the court card that is associated with the decan that contains your date of birth will tell some truth about your personality and your character, but this is not the whole truth, and it's not necessarily who you are at this specific moment in time. And if we compare this to astrology, it would be like just looking at your sun sign and then making judgments about this person's character from this one single placement. But in reality, the birth chart is a lot more complex and has more nuance. From your comments under my videos, I know that some of you do use the date of birth approach, but some of you are also just choosing intuitively the card that you identify with at this moment. So from my experience, your significator card is the card that you identify with, and this card can change throughout your life because we are growing, we are learning, and we change on our journey through life. And one of the reasons why I love Thought Deck so much is just because Crowley has such rich descriptions of the characters of the cards. And he takes this psychological approach so we can really get the feel for who this person is. So for me personally, as soon as I found out more about the Queen of Wands, I decided that this card is going to be my significator at this time. And I do notice this card showing up in my readings quite often when I read to myself. So this is how you will also see if you have picked the correct card for yourself. You will see it showing up in your readings more and more. And this is also how you will know when you need to change, because the cards will swap and another one will be showing up for you quite often. If you need to pick a significator card for someone else, for example for a client, you can do a really quick 3 or 4 card spread and ask the question, who is this person? And hopefully you will get at least one card that shows their personality, and this is then gonna be their significator. And there is a very cool exercise that you can do. Ask this question, but for yourself. So ask the cards, who am I right now? And then do like a little simple 3 or 4 card spread. And if you do this exercise, let me know in the comments if you saw what you were expecting to see in the cards, or maybe were you surprised by what came up. And I think this is a very interesting and like refreshing exercise that we can do every now and then for ourselves. So going back to the significator cards, this could be one of the court cards, or it could be one of the major arcana cards that show a person, like the magus or the priestess. Sometimes when you are doing cards, either for yourself or for other people, you can notice that there are 2 different cards that symbolize one person. So they are both showing up because this person has 2 different roles in their life and they're trying to combine them together. And like sometimes you can be successful doing it, and in other times it's very difficult. So for example, I can see this very often when I read for single mothers. On one hand, they are very much devoted to their children. But on the other hand, they have their own needs and desires that they want to pursue, but it's not always possible for them to combine these two parts of their personalities. So if there are two cards that are showing up, it can mean that, like in this example, it's your personal life, but it can also mean that, for example, you're a different person at work and you're a different person in private with your friends. And you also have a difficulty joining these two different personalities. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to like the video, leave a comment, and of course subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much to everyone who is already supporting me. I appreciate your help very much. And of course, if you find these videos valuable, please consider supporting me through Patreon or through one-time PayPal donation. All of the links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for considering this. Your support allows me to continue making these videos for you. Once again, thank you all for today, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Thank you. Bye.